Hey, welcome. I'm Christine Weber. I love to support mature yoga teachers and getting their wisdom out there to the world. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about why now is a really good time to shift the focus of your teaching. Um, I'll get to that in a moment. First, I want to welcome you. Thank you for being here. Please leave a comment. Let me know where you're coming on from. It's really helpful when you leave comments in terms of, getting the algorithm to support the video so that other people can see this, what we're doing. So let me start by saying that this is an exciting time for yoga in general, in terms of what's going on in the healthcare world. So healthcare right now is particularly what's going on in the United States. I'm sorry that I can't speak for other countries, but there are some similar issues in other countries too. Healthcare has become really expensive, unsustainably so. So much so that if we continue on the trajectory we're on, the debt for healthcare is going to be so astronomical. It's like the size of the global GDP in 2010. And that statistic actually it came out in 2010, and it was talking about like we just can't keep spending all this money on healthcare. It's really unsustainable. And so people in positions of power around health, particularly the House Budget Committee in the United States, are looking at ways to cut costs. The House Budget Committee recently created a healthcare, it's called the Healthcare Committee within the House budget, and their specific goal is trying to find ways to cut costs. In the United States, healthcare costs about $12,000 per person. And a lot of that is just, it's being paid for by taxes and insurance, but, medical bankruptcy has become a huge issue for a lot of people. We live in a place where the insurance industrial complex is gouging money from individuals all the time. And at the same time, on the other hand, we have very poor diet, very sedentary lifestyles. All these things are contributing to this huge problem that we're facing. And right now, there's people that are looking for solutions. What's also exciting is what's happening at the Veterans Administration. So the VA has implemented a program called Whole Health, and whole health is about whole health, and you cannot take the word holistic out of whole, right? So much of what is being examined, looked at, and trying to see if it could help cut costs are the complementary and integrative therapies, and yoga is right on the top of that list. I work with the Integrative Health Policy Consortium, which is a lobbying organization. We advocate for bringing complementary and integrative modalities into the healthcare system. And in that organization, one of the things we are strongly focused on is how we can help the people in positions of power see that these complementary modalities have a lot of value. And yoga is at the top of the list, largely because it can be delivered in groups. And so when you can do either small groups or big groups, but small groups of you're working with therapeutic populations, for example, people with diabetes or something, you can deliver a service at a much lower cost than it is one-to-one, right? So yoga is being considered as very important in this conversation. And there's both yoga, the sort of health promotion yoga, and then there's yoga therapy, which can be used as a therapeutic modality. So there's both of those things being considered. And there's 4 quadrants of healthcare. There's the therapy, which that takes up most of the money, and then or treatment that takes up most of the money. And then you have prevention and health promotion and recovery. So especially the prevention and health promotion, there's a lot more interest in prevention and health promotion than there ever has been before. People are looking at what they're calling lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medicine is really popular, and it's starting to be. And what is lifestyle medicine? I mean, like yoga And yoga lifestyle is kind of the original lifestyle medicine. Dinacharya, it's called in Sanskrit or in the Ayurvedic systems, right? So, like getting up in the morning, doing some meditation, practicing asanas, eating healthy foods, getting enough exercise, spending time in nature, all those things that everybody knows is good, are good for them. Like the yogis laid that stuff down a long time ago. All of this is just, I wanted to set the stage for what I want to talk about today, this idea that it is a really good time to shift your focus from fitness to health promotion. It's not that fitness is not health promotion. That's not what I'm saying. But let's be really clear. What we see on social media, what we see in the media is sort of an elite athlete kind of yoga. That is the stereotype that's out there. That is the thing that gets the most eyeballs, the thing that's most interesting and fascinating for people. One time, by the way, I saw a study that said when you watch people do things that you can't do, it lights up all the pleasure centers in your brain. It makes so much sense. Like we're so, fascinated by watching people do crazy things with their bodies. That's why people watch sports, and for the competition and all that, of course, too. But one of the reasons. So because there's such a presentation of yoga as a fitness elite athlete thing, a lot of people feel excluded from it, right? And by the way, people who are elite athletes and want to do yoga, they have plenty of yoga teachers. There are tons of people teaching yoga that can help those people. So it's not that there's anything wrong with that. I applaud it. I'm thrilled that it's happening. And I think it's wonderful that people who are elite athletes or who want to be elite athletes or who really want to work out hard have plenty of yoga and plenty of teachers. And that's why people will say, oh, I never want to become a yoga teacher because I'll never get a job. And that's accurate because of the bias in the community towards fitness. But if we could just change the focus, shift the spotlight over to health promotion and wellness, that is where the opportunity lies right now. That is where there's a phenomenal opportunity for yoga teachers, whether it is working in addiction recovery programs, whether it is working in nursing homes, assisted living, independent living programs, whether it's working in the schools, whether it is working for other organizations like businesses. There's such a scope for health promotion right now. It is bursting at the seams. And the big problem we face is that yoga teachers don't know how to do it because they go to yoga teacher training program and they learn how to teach sun salutations and they learn this vinyasa series of poses, which is lovely. But guess who it's for? It's for the people that are interested in fitness and athletics. And only 1 out of 5 people in the United States does any exercise at all. There are 4 out of 5 people who need health promotion yoga. They need chair yoga. They need slow mindful yoga. They need postures that are accessible. They don't feel terrified of doing them, of hurting themselves. They need back care. Huge amount of people need back care. They need care for anxiety. So there's this incredible opportunity, and that opportunity is largely not being accessed by yoga people because our thinking is so focused on fitness. When we start shifting the focus to wellness, to health promotion, to prevention, to working alongside different healthcare professionals, letting them know that we know how to work with their people, that like the opportunities are endless. And when yoga teachers start thinking like that, we're going to see a huge shift, but it hasn't happened yet. I hope that I can help. I hope that we together can help make that shift. I hope we can help people see that there is a different way of approaching yoga and there's so much opportunity if that's what you want to do. If you want to do yoga if you want to teach yoga because you want to do it and you want to get a workout, that's fine. You can teach that kind of yoga, But if you want to teach yoga because you believe in the lifestyle that it promotes and you believe in the health promoting benefits of it, you've got to shift your focus. And you shift your focus to health promotion, mental health. More than 50% of the reason that people come to yoga. I'm sorry, the second reason, which is less than 50%, that people come to yoga is for mental health. The first reason is exercise. The second reason is mental health. But there's not enough people that understand how to teach it. So I have a workshop coming up. It's called Sequencing for the Nervous System, not the hamstrings, that will teach you how to work with the nervous system to teach health promotion. I'm teaching four different, you'll get four different paradigms, four different sequence understandings. And what these are is, the first is how to raise energy. And we use that in the morning practice. When people are coming, they want to feel focused and centered and like energized to get on with their day. I'm teaching you a sequence for how to do that. And I'm going to teach you how to sequence for that so you can change it up whenever you want. The second practice that I'm teaching is a PM practice, how to help people wind down at the end of the day. And that's specific sequencing techniques, specific sequencing ideas behind that. The third one I'm teaching is for when people feel really anxious and keyed up. How do you teach that class? Because you want people to bring the energy down. And the fourth one is, how do you raise energy when people feel really exhausted, fatigued, and or depressed? So I'm teaching these four different sequences. And by the way, it's not like this is the way to do it. It's like, here's how we demonstrate the principles of practice. You'll get those, plus you'll get stick figures for those. And then I'm also teaching the science of sequencing, and sort of the theory, the principles behind it. So I really hope you'll consider joining me. It's going to be on October 21st and November 4th. I will put a link in the description here. And I hope you'll think about it, because I do think that understanding this way of teaching can help you shift the focus from the fitness side of things towards the wellness and health promotion and mental health side of things, which essentially is what really is needed right now at this time. So thank you very much for joining me today. I'll see you again next week, and please leave a comment. Lots of love.